Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, COVID edition. COVID's taken over the news, it's taken over our world, it's taken over our economy, certainly. And has everything shut down, or are things still happening? Are there still activities? Are there observances? Or do we just stay home and say, forget it, nothing's going on? Well, we asked our old friend Ed Crane in, and Ed is here to tell us, things are still going on. In fact, it's a National Day of Observance, or is that coming up?
Actually, it's a National Week of Observance, and it's happening right now.
And what are we observing?
International Assistance Dog Week around the world.
All over the world, then?
Yeah.
So it's a worldwide thing. And we have an assistance dog here.
And I've got my canine partner, Zern, who is next to me here from Canine Partners for Life. Zern and I have been partners for 2 years now, and he makes life normal again for me these days.
And by the way, through the magic of TV, it looks like we're sitting close, but we're really actually about 6 or 8 feet apart, and Zern's in the middle to make sure I don't get any closer. So International Service Dog Week. A lot of people don't know what a service dog is or what the functions are. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. This special week, International Assistance Dog Week, is a time that we, of course, recognize and honor our assistance dogs. Like my partner Zern next to me, this week I'm so proud of him and what he does for me, and I want to express that with every opportunity. We also want to raise awareness and educate people, the public in general, about assistance dogs. I've been lucky now for the past 18 years. I've been partnered with 3 amazing dogs, and yet when I go in public, I still get a lot of people asking me basic questions about assistance dogs. So it's a time, this week is a time to try and educate people. Very, very important. This week we also want to honor the puppy raisers and trainers. So today I'm here trying to give my honor and praise to Canine Partners for Life. They're located in Cochranville, Pennsylvania. They have been the raisers and trainers for the 3 dogs that I've had over the past 18 years. My first partner was a black lab named Charity. My second partner was a cream lab similar to Zern here, named Aleppo, and Aleppo is at my home right now. Aleppo's 13 years old and in retirement. So we want to make sure that people understand generally what goes into raising and training these amazing dogs. So it gives us an opportunity.
Yeah, let's start with something I never even thought of. These dogs start as puppies.
Correct.
I remember Aleppo. You brought Aleppo here, and now we have Zern here. But all these dogs started in Pennsylvania as puppies?
Well, this is one of many organizations. There is an organization worldwide that I refer people to that is Assistance Dogs International. They're an organization that rates organizations that raise and train these dogs and bring them in as members. The standards that they have for their membership, the organizations that have these dogs, is great. So if you're looking to find the right organization, you might want to start by going to Assistance Dogs International, okay? I happen to, at one time, live in New Jersey, and Canine Partners for Life was the name of an organization that I looked up because they specialized in also raising and training seizure alert dogs. That's what my partner here is. I have epilepsy.
Okay.
And at the time I was having so much problems with the epilepsy, the seizures would cause me to go unconscious or lose balance or have so many different difficulties, and the falls and injuries were always put me in the hospital. So I reached out to Canine Partners for Life. I went out and I interviewed with them, and they educated on how they train these amazing dogs so that they could sense a seizure that I was going to have and warn me in advance, 20 to 30 minutes in advance, so then I could lay down myself and not be worried about not having a warning and being injured. Yeah.
Now, you're going to have a seizure regardless. There's no stopping that.
Correct.
So better to be sitting down.
Right.
And,
Right. And I had been, when I first met with them, I had been suffering seizures. I was dealing with a neurologist at the time and a neurosurgeon to try and improve my situation.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I wound up having brain surgery. So partnering with a service dog was put on hold for a while. And luckily, the surgery reduced the frequency, but it didn't eliminate the frequency.
Okay.
So about a year after my surgery, I sat down with Canine Partners again and went through their process, and they matched me with my first dog, a black Labrador Retriever named Charity, and Charity changed my life.
Yeah.
Charity changed my life.
Wow.
No longer having to worry about those falls and injuries. That alone was important to me.
Right. And, I keep saying service animal. It's assistance animal. Does it kind of mean the same?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, assistance animals are the general name that encompass everything. It encompasses dogs that are raised and trained to assist people who have problems with vision or hearing problems. Those are two different classes of dogs.
Okay.
And then the third class is service dogs.
Okay.
So that's why we use the term assistance dogs.
Okay. And you told us before the show, we were out there in our front foyer there, and one of our workers brings her little dog to work, and this Zern is just a professional, strictly professional.
Right. Zern is with me. He's always looking to follow my direction. He's paying attention to my body at the time to do whatever's necessary with warnings. He comes across dogs or cats. He ignores them. He ignores them. So
Strictly professional.
absolutely professional.
But
along
you
the
said
way.
he has a little time each day to be a real dog then.
Once I deharness him, he still is paying attention to me, but it's playtime.
Playtime.
And playtime is very, very important for our partners here each and every day.
And you have other dogs at home.
I have my previous dog to Zern here, his name is Alipo. And Alipo, when he retired, I kept Alipo in my house. He's 13 years old now. He's been retired for 3 years. I couldn't give him up. So he's there all the time. And my family, the Marcus family that I live with, my sister and her husband, they have a pet dog too. So these dogs are trained to do their job when they're working, when harnessed. And when we deharness them in this playtime, it's great to interact in many ways.
Right. So he knows harness is on, strictly business, harness off, then he can relax.
He can relax. He still will focus. He still has given me warnings.
Yeah, without
but
his
he
harness,
also knows it's time to, go over and share a bone with one of the other dogs or whatever. Yes.
Now, so it's International Awareness Week,
International Assistance Dog Week.
right? And where we want to be aware, and maybe this is a time we talk about it a little, have you on the show, ask our questions. What kind of questions do you get from people? Does everybody want to pet your dog, by the way?
Well, that's natural. Almost everybody, even when I'm on the street, there's a lot of folks that come up and are interested in petting Zern if possible, and I have to tell them that he's working and he can't be disrupted. It's important for him to stay focused. And they understand that.
Right.
The challenge sometimes is if somebody comes up with a couple of children, they have the inkling to come over and automatically do it.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to take the steps to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's good. They interact with you, and I'm sure that you help them learn that. And,
Right.
And it's not an angry thing. It's just, hey, this is what's going on. We didn't know. So.
Well, I mean, a good way to analyze it is, I know a woman in the region here who I try and contact on a regular basis, and she has a seeing eye dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just imagine that you do not want to distract
Right.
her dog because the potential for fall and injury is treacherous.
Yeah.
And it's the same concept for anybody with one of these assistance dogs.
Don't want to
Yeah,
distract them.
Right.
Now, these dogs are not, how do you say it nicely? They're not cheap.
No, they're not. But, most of the organizations, again, it's important to, and I can't explain it enough, to research your organization or an organization that you're looking for. Go online, ask questions, and if you're going to pursue this, have the organization give you referrals of people to speak to. But as you go through that process of investigation, you can find out what the training process is, how long the waiting period is. That's going to be very important.
Right. It
And
could be
as-
years, right? Sometimes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I waited 2 years
Oh, my goodness.
initially.
Yeah.
And then the cost involved. And each organization is different. Canine Partners, it costs them roughly $30,000 to raise and train a dog.
Right.
But they're an organization that sits down with you and will work with you to try and assist you to make sure if a partnership is going to work for you, that it's possible to find ways to make sure that that happens. And I would think that most of the organizations do. Many of them do their own fundraising to keep costs down, okay? As a matter of fact, I myself have been out for 18 years now. The resources I had 18 years ago with my first partner, I didn't have when it was time to match with Zern, yet Canine Partners
Figured
sat
it out.
down with me and we figured out a resolution to make it possible, and
Figured it
I'm
out.
grateful to them.
Now, who, by the way, just because it's Assistant Dog International Week, it's our time to talk about this and focus the spotlight a little bit. And you talked about it a little bit. You have seizures, and this dog can detect when you're going to have it 20 minutes, a half hour ahead of time.
Correct.
What other, and of course, non-sighted people.
Well, and they also, Canine Partners has dogs trained to assist people with scent detection. That's what this is for people who have diabetes.
Diabetes. Okay, I was going to ask you, what other purposes are assistance dogs out there for?
Most of the organizations are either focused only on seeing eye dogs or dogs that assist people with hearing disability, and then it's any of the other organizations that fall in the spectrum of service dogs, excuse me, that train these dogs for the full spectrum of physical disabilities. And almost all of these dogs are trained mostly to perform 25 to 35 responses on command, okay? So Zern is able to do that for me, but they've added to that his ability to sense my seizure
Right.
coming, and it would be the same for somebody with diabetes.
Yeah, it's fascinating that the dog could pick up the scent, and give you a warning.
Well, most people out there in our community know that dogs for eons have been hunting dogs, and they've been trained to scent detect a target, whether it's a rabbit or whatever the hunter is hunting. That just confirms the ability that these dogs have with their scent detection. So to come and be able to provide a warning of a seizure or diabetes, and in the newspaper today, I read where there are dogs now being trained to scent detect the coronavirus. And I
Wow.
believe that
Holy
that is
cow.
something that is going to happen quickly, and it will happen, and it will make life easier for the United States here, probably, and everybody around the world.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, right now you get tested in Fresno, and it's a couple of weeks before you get results. Could you imagine if a dog could go through a crowd or a school or
Absolutely.
whatever and say, no,
Absolutely.
you might have it, and that could really be a historical change. Well, Ed, I believe you were here a year ago about this time, observing the International Assistant Dog
Week.
There you go. And but you've been here since. But we love you to come back again and again. This is fascinating. I think the people need to and like to hear about this stuff.
It's fantastic to come out here. I really do it because I want to honor not only my partner, but Canine Partners for Life, and the full spectrum of dogs that assist people. All of these assistance dogs do amazing work. It's important to educate the community a little bit better here and get support for the organizations and the individuals who need these dogs.
I wanted to touch on that. If people want to support the cause or get involved somehow, is there a way to get involved?
Yes, Canine Partners for Life is on the internet. They're on social media sites. They are always running fundraisers, and there are resources on there that you can click to make a donation. It would be great if we could find some additional support. That's part of what we're trying to accomplish this week.
Yeah, and
You know, I look at it as the next dog that they're raising and training from puppyhood to matching with the person becomes possible because they're raising money.
Yeah, that's $30,000 to train a dog is very
Correct.
significant, and that money does not come easy. So anybody could help, a little bit with something like that. Just go to the Google and type Canine Partners for Life.
Yes.
Is that a good spot to start?
And you can see that my partner here, Zern, has been fantastic.
Yeah.
You can see how well trained he is. I can only tell you that what he does is he makes life easy for me.
Yeah, I've met Zern many times, and I've never touched him. He's never done anything but be very, very professional. We appreciate his training. I'm just amazed by it. So it's International Assistance Dog Week. International, the whole world's
Yeah.
talking about this week. Do we cover everything, Ed?
We did. It's available online, International Assistance Dog Week. Again, it's an honor and a privilege to come on this show and spread the word.
And Ed Crane and Zern is our guest on Central Valley Talk. We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.